want to talk to you about what you did to my son.
Ms. Buchanan, I already spoke to the commissioner.
And now you're going to speak to me, since my son is in no condition to speak for himself. Your mother here?
No, she's out, and she doesn't know about any of this.
Maybe if she was around more, you wouldn't have put my son in the hospital. Although, knowing Inez and her lack of ethics...
What happened to Matthew has nothing to do with my mother. I am responsible.
Really? You're responsible? Then where the hell have you been these last few weeks while my son has been fighting for his life? Oh, that's right. You've been launching your career as a porn star.
I didn't want to do that.
That's what you explained in this self-justifying statement of yours, which you never would have given if my husband hadn't hunted you down and cornered you.
Look, I am not proud of any of this, but you need to know it was an accident. Yes, I was angry and I was upset and I went over and I hit him, but I didn't know he hit his head that hard. He got back up. He was fine. So I left. Okay, I didn't want him like this. This wasn't my plan.
Really? And that's supposed to make it better? God, I hear these stories all day long and I tell the jury to disregard them. And this so-called remorse of yours, it doesn't change anything, and it certainly doesn't bring my son back.
With all due respect, it's not going to bring my father back either. I barely knew my dad, but what I did know is that he scared my mom so bad that she abandoned my brothers. She ran for her life. And with her gone, he abused Bobby and James and anybody else who wasn't big enough to stop him. I heard you know something about that. My father deserved to pay for what he did. I wanted to kill him myself. I just couldn't. But your son could. He let the blame fall right on me. I almost went to prison for the rest of my life. You almost put me there. Matthew never said a word.
I know.
A better person would have found a way to let it go, but I just couldn't do it. I needed to look him in the eyes and tell him that I knew what he did, that he killed my father, and let me take the blame. So I snapped, okay, and I hit him. And I would give anything to get that back. Because the way he is, that is on me. So all I can do now is pray to God every night that he gets better. So that's what I do.
So do I.
So what happens now?
What do you mean?
You've got my statement. It lays everything out. How I hit Matthew, how he hit his head. What are you gonna do, Miss Buchanan? Are you gonna prosecute me?
If I hold you accountable for Matthew's injuries, if I use the statement, your motive, why you came by the apartment, why you punched Matthew.
Because he shot my father.
Your motive would come out, and Matthew would be implicated. And although there are extenuating circumstances for both of you, you know, given the law and your age, you both would be facing prison sentences. So even if Matthew were to recover, he would go to prison, and I would lose him all over again.
It doesn't have to be like this, though, does it? I mean, if what he did never comes out, Matthew won't have to go to jail. My statement? What if I write another one? Leave out all the stuff about my dad, and I don't know, I put in something about Danny, that I was jealous or something. That way you can prosecute me and you can protect Matthew at the same time.
You would do that. You would take the hit and let Matthew get away with what he did without paying?
Matthew's already paying.
No. No, I can't do that. There would be too many questions, and I'm not going to support perjury.
But if you do nothing, won't it be obstructing justice?
Oh, God. I crossed that bridge weeks ago. I won't prosecute you, Nate. But that means that Matthew will never go to trial for what he did to your father. Can you live with that?
I'm gonna have to live with a lot more than that. No one will ever find out what Matthew did for me. Miss Buchanan, I am so sorry.
I believe you, Nate. Too bad it's not enough.
All right, are we finished?